Hi Sagittarius, here's a general look at your solar chart for April 2013. Now, every year at this time the Sun comes into a fellow fire sign, Aries in this case, and that always bodes well for other fire signs, you being one of them, Leo being the other. So until the 20th there's a brighter, quicker, more spontaneous, shall we say, vibration around where you could, if you find the right thing to be doing and the right people to be hanging out with in the right environment, you could be feeling more playful, more inspired or inspiring, as is your want, Sagittarius, motivating others, which you do quite naturally, and with sort of a little bit of a comical twist oftentimes as well. But whether you know it or not, but yes, you're more likely to feel the appreciation of others, and yeah, this is a romantic area here, so it could be that, you know, you're the apple of someone's eye, which is absolutely the way it should be, because everybody needs to feel that boosting of morale. But also you could be doing things where you are aiming to make maximum impact or make a good impression in some way, or you could be doing things which have an element of risk, an element of let's just go and see, let's just take a gamble on this, let's suspend disbelief. Another way it can work is that you have more connection with entertainments and hobbies and leisure pursuits, or in fact the leisure industry itself. But definitely a time for you to shine your light, Sagittarius, and feel that others are looking up to you or admiringly at you for some reason or another, and hopefully that's reciprocated. But then from the 20th the Sun goes into a more service orientated area, and you sort of get down to brass tacks, you roll up your sleeves, you may be more conscious of work, employment, the to-do list. It's kind of maintenance orientated, this area. It might be also to do with health matters as well, so you getting busier there. The previous area is also more to do with children and the child energy, because this is the house of the child in your solar chart. And it will be underpinned very much so by Venus, which is also in the same area, meaning that your creation can be more playful and just more attractive to others in a way. So it's good that the Sun and Venus are together there, at least until the 15th, when Venus moves. Mercury, which rules your opposite sign, Gemini, has been in Pisces at the root of your chart for a very long time now, making things busier, maybe more on your mind to do with family members, maybe, or around property, around a space, inside, outside, to do with neighbors, to do with a community. So it can be any of those things, and correspondence or paperwork may be connected to any of those as well. There can be more harking back to the past, feeling the past quite strongly in the present for some of you, more connection maybe with parents, or considering a tradition of some kind, or indeed, because this is about our ingrained patterns really to do with the past, then and it's quite a sensitive area, maybe you tripping over a little bit of baggage, you know, maybe that skeleton sort of jangling around there, clattering around in that cupboard, and maybe you've got to do what you need to do about that. But whatever's going on, yes, it's easier to push your buttons, but also easier to push the buttons of certain others around you, and it's easier for your nerves to be somebody to touch a nerve there, right? But it does tend to be a busy time, maybe at home, from home, or within some kind of neighborhood or community. Maybe it's just toing and froing more within the community and mixing and mingling a little bit more with people just within a locality there, because you're moving around a little bit more. And Mercury, anyway, is coming out of there on the 14th after that long transit, and then goes into what I sometimes call the house of fun, meaning there's a lighter vibration, and there could be more laughs and distractions along the way, and you're feeling more articulate about this and that or the other. Maybe you are gathering information about a speculative venture or a project or a leisure pursuit, or something which would indirectly lead to more leisure for you. Maybe beating the drum on something, maybe connecting up with people who have put promotions out there, or indeed you're the one that's putting promotions out there. But you can be more creatively expressive or persuasive with Venus here. Mercury there. And then Venus, until the 15th, is in the same area as the Sun, underpinning your natural charisma, Sagittarius, making you seem more playful and attractive and lighter hearted, if that's a word, and particularly more resonating with the child energy, or around to do with pets and animals. Or it can be that you are thinking speculatively and creatively about, what you can make of this, what you can make of this and that, how it might be, and just kind of imagining how you could make something happen, which is maybe a little bit of a dream, or a little bit, taking a bit of a risk on it, and perhaps teaming up with somebody else who's contributing there as well. And then from the 15th, Venus's position is more matter-of-fact, down-to-earth, practical, and you're in a more let's get this done frame of mind. Others can be cooperative, though, with a little bit of, twisting their arm behind their back. No, seriously, they're likely to be more cooperative, with a little bit of gentle persuasion, and you're more likely to have a reasonable interaction with colleagues, co-workers, anybody that is assisting you or you're assisting, or in fact service providers, health providers as well, because this is also an area to do with health. And you could get on pretty okay with someone in this area. Venus is a great balancer, and it might mean that you and someone, if you team up together in this practical cooperative frame of mind, whether it's to do with a working environment or a health environment, health and exercise, that kind of thing, but also remedies, therapies, you go and visit a practitioner of some kind, or a medical person, you can get on okay with that person. There's likely to be a female there with practical help or advice when you need it. And then until the 20th, Mars is in the same place as the Sun, this house of fun that I sometimes call it, but also it could trigger your more competitive side, Sagittarius. You want to get out there, you want to be enterprising, and you are in the mood to gamble. Your sign is actually connected to gambling. So, you don't need me to tell you that you've got to just watch your back, no matter what the transits are doing, because actually transits are like weather patterns, and really it's how we respond to those weather patterns. So it always comes back to our control. But anyway, these are pretty fair winds, actually, I have to say. So there will be occasions when, just don't trust to luck. This is a Sagittarian pitfall. But there will be occasions when you just get a hunch and you want to, place a bet, as it were. I'm just speaking metaphorically, of course, but your ability to think laterally about taking maybe a financial risk, or to speculate on a relationship or a project, or maybe some sort of activity, and think, well, I'll give it a go. So it's kind of experimental feel here, but it's definitely creative. Here is your opportunity to come from your creative core, Sagittarius, and for also for others to be really, you know, admiring you in some way, whether that's because of your creativity, or whether that's simply because you are you. So overall, this is the time for you to get active with things that you enjoy. And then from the 20th, Mars moves into this more, you know, practical, hard-working area of service, being of service, coordinating, providing a service. By the way, the previous area is also about lovers and romance, and you and they might have the odd difference of opinion every now and again, but hey, who doesn't? Because Mars can be a bit feisty. Anyway, Mars then moves into this area of service. It's a maintenance orientated area, and you can be very productive, but it can be a little bit tense at time because, again, of Mars' feisty nature, that wants to take the lead, that wants to take decisions, that doesn't want to hang around for somebody else, and you just want to get on with things. Great time to spring clean, great time to get organized, really get sorted. Just don't overdo it. This is an area to do with health as well. Watch your step as you go forwards, and just don't let yourself get tied up because of all the demands that you've probably, some of them, put there for yourself to do. So you're working harder at getting things, as I say, as you want them to be, but also being more conscious of your health, somebody else's health maybe, also diet, exercise regimes and the like. So trying to sort of balance everything there, as we always do, trying to juggle things. And on the 21st, 22nd, there's a sort of sense of narrow-mindedness or blinkered thinking around. Could be you, could be somebody else. Just keep an open mind. On the 22nd as well, don't expect too much of yourself on the level of the heart. It's great for business things and formal relationships, but, you know, heart-based stuff, you might just protect yourself a little bit that day. 28th and 30th to the 1st of May. More pressure there, more challenge there, but just go forward steadily, slowly. Don't expect to dash ahead, and with confidence, and you'll be fine. Now, Jupiter, your ruling planet, will be opening the way to growth for a little while longer in this 12-month transit. Comes out of there in June, meaning that Jupiter is opening you up to new experiences because of your associations, because of your partnerships or your close relationships, whether they're working ones or personal ones, and you will be intrigued by the way somebody else thinks or is, but also they could be very intrigued by you, and could benefit through you, but you could also benefit through them, you see. Partners, colleagues, clients, employers, employees, family members, you know, you name it, could get you thinking more expansively, and probably you will learn a lot through them, but also some of those, or, you know, one of them, whatever it is, could learn a lot through you. And you Sagittarians born between the 25th of November up until the 11th of December are likely to feel that energy the most. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say the 28th of November to the 11th of December, 27th, 28th, somewhere there. Feel this energy the most this month, although, you know, the energy bubbles away across the whole of the sign all the time. In some ways, the position of Saturn is in a sort of let's finish up, you know, let's settle the account now. You've got 2 more years of that going, tying up loose ends from the past. Enters your sign in late 2014, so you're kind of doing the last bit of winding things up from the past, turning a new leaf, as it were, or rather, you know, doing the foundation work so that you can turn the new leaf. Maybe beavering away more behind the scenes, getting things how you want them to be, looking after yourself more in a sort of structured consistent kind of a way, but also looking after maybe other people in a more structured, consistent kind of a way. And when I say looking after, I don't necessarily mean, you know, physically, but you can be giving support as well. You Sagittarians born between the 28th of November and the 3rd of December, or with around 6 to 12 degrees rising, going to feel this energy the most this month. Let me go back to the one before. Jupiter, probably 10 degrees to 19 degrees rising, going to feel that energy the most. Now, Uranus, Neptune and Pluto don't change position that much each month, so you can go on my website to find out which part of your sign they are impacting the most. But at the moment, and for a few years to come, Uranus is putting more emphasis upon more offbeat ways or unconventional ways to you, to be creative, have fun, be innovative, or for you to invest your creative ability or your actual finances into. Uranus is actually in a very, very good angle to your sun sign, so you know the energy is flowing in that case. So new and unusual encounters will teach you things you didn't know before, maybe with groups who are all together and enjoying an offbeat sort of leisure pursuit. You know, when I say offbeat, I mean it's unusual to you. You know, you didn't really know about that before. There could be more hobbies on offer, or a project, you know, that you can really get your creative teeth into. Neptune is at the root of your chart and be there until 2025, so you're more idealistic about family, about home life, about where you'd like to be. And there can be some confusion around here, because there always is with Neptune. You know, how certain members of the family really are, or where you should really be, or how you'd like it to be when you get there. And you need clarity here. You need lots of clarity, because Neptune can, you know, muddy the waters, and so clarity around family, clarity around property, place on the map, and anything to do with the roots of your life. And the life-changing force of Pluto in the sign after yours, Capricorn, means regeneration of your material security, or through your finances, your material security. And over this long transit, there's going to be a letting go of old scenarios around that, related to money, property, possessions, income. And really you're weighing up what is truly of most worth. Pluto gets us to sort of strip away all the layers and all the skins and gets us right to the nitty-gritty of the question, the bottom line. And so a key insight, you're searching for the key insight about what's most important to you, and questions like, you know, is it? Do I want to live in a less in a poorer sort of environment, but to be absolutely fulfilled, or do I want to live in a richer environment and really be quite bored? Well, I know what the answer is that I'd give. Actually, I'd like to pluck one from one and match it to the other, and then that would be pretty ideal. So those sorts of questions, you know, and as the old order is crumbling away and a new dawn, you know, you might be earning your money in a different kind of a way as well. And you're reflective in this area. You want to be clear about aligning with how you really are inside, with how it really is, and how you're earning your money and how it is on the outside of your life and the resources that you have around you. And you'll be more compulsive about being in control over this area of your life too. You won't want to be manipulated, or you won't want somebody else to just take it over. You want to do it. And, you know, just don't be too compulsive. Let others have a little bit of a look in every now and again. And that's it for April. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, find the forecast for those and listen to that, and it'll give a different slant on what I've said here. And I'll see you the next time.